The IO framework provides a holistic structure to teaching and learning. It extends current practices to meet the demands of the future. In this framework are 4 elements, and each element has 3 features. Let's look at how the features are being implemented in classrooms across Mesquite ISD.
The process for developing leadership in the classroom really revolves around having conversations with the students.
Do you think you're most comfortable taking charge?
So whenever it comes to IO and the leadership attributes, one of the things that we did was we looked at each of these attributes and sort of figure out where Lauren's strengths are. Within each of these attributes, we're going to work on strengthening even more the things where she feels she's the most apt leader.
In order for us to have that growth mindset, so some of the leadership attributes that I will be using or have been using within my kids are things like I won't give up, I will keep trying. You kept on trying, exactly. Yes. I decided, you know what, I'm going to create a sticker system. Very good, go get your sticker. That is where we use our leadership cards, and they actually are the ones that define and can reflect on one of those attributes. So that to me is worth a sticker and more.
Yes, never touch a dog without asking a grown-up. That was one of our never rules.
We start by having an impactful relationship along with a partnership between the administration, teachers, parents, and students.
We had somebody skip line yesterday and nobody got mad.
Through this partnership, we collectively identify the social emotional needs for the student and begin to build that skill.
We all want to fit in, right? So he's curious.
So I'm super excited because this year we enhanced our SEL system by implementing second steps. So this idea is when implemented holistically, SEL can build stronger communities and support equitable learning outcomes.
So I know when I learned about IO, one of its main goals was to learn the student, learn the child.
I'm good at this because I was shy.
And so one thing I had them do was name something they're good at and why. You made it, you survived. To me, I've learned that there's power in writing things down. I hope that all teachers are not just gathering data from a computer, but your students are going to be your #1 data source. You can just literally ask them a question. If you word it correctly, you will get a genuine response.
Through this blended learning model, it gives me a great indicator of what part of the TEK the students already know, and they're all working toward the same mastery level, but they're all taking their own pathway to it. You are going to take your problem-solving pretest. So they took the pretest, and for students that did not score very well, they were able to come to the carpet to work with me.
Now, what 2 numbers did you put together right
For my students who did fairly well on it, they were able to work into some small group pairs. And for my students that scored 100 on the playlist, they were able to go do a fun shark activity where they had to build a shark based on the problem solving. And for those questions, I made them a lot higher level.
I have a lot of kids that really like just writing, so they could write a story or a poem or make flashcards. I have other kids that really love drawing, so then they could pick their words and draw what they mean and show me that they understood what the vocabulary meant that way.
We get on our Chromebooks and then we have like 10, 12, or 8 things that we have to do. Like sometimes we have to answer a question. Sometimes you can like interact with the VLA people, and like Flipgrid or Padlet, you can just interact with them like you don't usually do in any other things.
And I want you guys to work together to solve it together. I have used a lot of data-driven actions in order to provide voice and choice in the classroom. So students are able to choose how they want to learn and what works best for their learning style, and then I use that to collect data in order to change how instruction moves forward.
It's something new every time you go in. It makes it exciting to learn. I moved my DCP grade from a 67 to a 94.
Then whatever questions you have about the playlist, I want you to type them here and we'll discuss them as a whole, okay? When I was growing up, our teacher told us what we were gonna do. She told us what we were gonna do, she told us how we were going to do it, and we didn't get an opportunity to have any say-so in what we got to do. If you wanna do your discussion time now, you can. However you do this is up to you. I think now, allow my kids to have choice and to choose who they wanna work with and to choose what they wanna do to show me what they're learning. I think it's giving them more charge over their learning.
I give choice through the materials that they use. I've created a library of how-to videos. along with giving the students freedom to experiment with those materials.
With us having like freedom to draw whatever we want, we could express our own identity as an artist.
Who loves computer games and computers in general? Does anybody think they might want to learn to do some coding? So I want to incorporate student passions into my instruction because my goal with my students is to really let them know that I want them to learn how to learn and not just what to learn. So the first thing you're doing is the show your knowledge choices. Obviously, everything we do has to start with the TEKS, and a lot of times when we front load information, we do start with some of the more basic things. After lunch, we'll sign up for your conference, and then you'll argue to me why you're gonna earn 100. So we really talk about, you begin with where you want. So I love to do a lot of choice boards as well.
So we're gonna do one more, and you're gonna do it on your whiteboard. You're gonna do it your own way. I have a student that has invited me to many of her soccer games, and I thought I had figured her out. She likes soccer. She likes Alex Morgan. She likes Stitch, scrunchies. But then I clicked on IO, and then what did IO tell me? Well, it told me that she likes science. One day I just came to a class and asked her, well, what would you like to be when you grow up? Would you like to be a soccer player or a scientist? And her eyes just lit up completely, like, wow, you figured me out.
All of the features within the IO framework interconnect to support the whole child. These will ultimately prepare our students to be agents of their own learning and ensure their ability to manage change.